sexually abused by a relative from the time I remember up until I was 11, when I found out it was something wrong, not a source of affection and love. I believe that the sexual abuse was what paved the road for my destruction.
For Terri, the teenage years were a blur as she sought refuge in drug abuse.
I fell into some bad ways at that point that manifested itself in punk rock. I was into dark, even some witchcraft and some darker sides of life.
For years, Terri struggled as the addictions got worse.
I ended up being homeless for about 13 years. And when I say homeless, I don't mean I was on someone's couch. I wasn't just kind of here and there. I was under the bridge. I lived in a sleeping bag. I trolled around with people trying to make it with every dollar. I begged on the streets of Portland.
When Terri found out she was pregnant, and after 13 years on the street, she finally hit the breaking point.
Well, I remember getting on my hands and knees under the Morrison Bridge in front of about 10 homeless people, bawling my head off on my knees, saying, I can't do this anymore. The cops came, I went to jail, and they thought I was losing my mind, quite frankly.
Terri went for treatment and wrestled with the pain of her past. She started going to church. And along the way, she heard about Shepherd's Door, the women and children's ministry of Portland Rescue Mission.
At Shepherd's Door, I really realized for the first time that my identity was not in being a victim, not in being sexually abused, not in the shame, not in being a junkie. I had just kind of said, well, this is my lot in life. But ever since I've been here and the deep work that I've done has changed that. My identity is in Christ. And that's where I've found healing.
With every gift, you give something more. More than a meal, more than a bed. You give hope.
When I was under the Morrison Bridge and sleeping there, waking up there, I never believed that I would be here in Shepherd's Door, able to share my story, that I might have a life, that I might be able to give my son more than somebody who's always struggling. I know that God gave me a strength to survive what I've survived, but the joy I feel now is just incredible. I know that God has a better plan for me.
Give something more. Call 503-MISSION or give online at portlandrescuemission.org.